The snowfield was dead silent when the shadow rose behind me. At first, I thought it was a trick of altitude, the kind where your brain invents monsters to keep itself entertained. Then the ground shook. Not a tremble, a statement. A turn just in time to see something taller than the pine trees straighten its spine and breathe steam into the air like a freight train clearing its throat. The Yeti didn't roar. It smiled. Up close, it smelled like wet fur, iron, and old storms. Its arms were longer than my entire body, its knuckles scarred and split like it had punched mountains for fun. I ran, 3 steps, maybe 4, before a hand the size of a snow shovel closed around my ankle and yanked me off my feet. I hit the ground hard enough to knock the wind out of my soul. The Yeti lifted me upside down, studying me the way a bored kid examines a toy before deciding whether to break it. Somewhere deep in my survival brain, a single stupid thought formed. If it can grab me, I can grab it. So I lunged. I wrapped both arms around its wrist and twisted, using my whole body like a lever. The Yeti grunted, not in pain, but in surprise, and that was all the opening I needed. I swung myself up its arm, slammed my elbow into its face, and felt something solid crack beneath fur and bone. That's when it got angry. The Yeti roared then, a sound that shook snow off distant cliffs and slammed me into the ground like a rag doll. My vision went white. I tasted blood. Before it could finish the job, instinct took over. I rolled, grabbed a fistful of fur at its waist, and drove my shoulder into its knee. It buckled. We went down together in a blizzard of snow and fury. Wrestling a Yeti is nothing like wrestling a human. There are no rules, no rhythms, just raw, overwhelming strength trying to erase you from the world. Every time I thought I had leverage, it flexed and reminded me how small I was. It tried to crush me under its weight. I slipped free. It tried to tear me in half. I locked my legs around its arm and hung on like my life depended on it, because it did. At one point, it bit at my shoulder, teeth scraping bone, and I screamed right into its face. Something changed then. Maybe it respected the fight. Maybe it was just annoyed. Either way, it reared back and slammed me into a rock hard enough to fracture stone. Stars exploded behind my eyes. I felt my grip slipping, my strength draining, the cold creeping in. This was it. So I did the only thing left. I headbutted it. Forehead to forehead, full force, no hesitation. The impact echoed across the valley. The Yeti staggered, clutching its face, howling in shock. I didn't wait. I wrapped my arm around its thick neck, twisted my hips, and dragged it down into the snow, locking everything I had into a choke. It thrashed. I held. It clawed. I held. It slammed its back into the ground. I held. Seconds stretched into eternity. Finally, the fight drained out of it. The thrashing slowed. The howls faded into low, confused grunts. I released the hold and rolled away, gasping, shaking, half expecting it to tear me apart anyway. Instead, the Yeti sat